Harden shot block. If that's Robertson, that's his fourth block on a number of occasions as Beverly drives. Wild off-balance shot. Oladipo, nice feed, and Grant finishes. Williams floats it up. Boy, he is so talented offensively. And some buckets in game 3. As they force another turnover, that's 7 for Houston. Westbrook inside the canter. Russell Westbrook with his 7th assist of the first half.
It's difficult playing real time to officiate.
Thank you, Steve. As Gordon launches a 3 and knocks it down. Eric Gordon, who was the second leading scorer on the team during the regular season. Oh, Capella tried to get it to fall. Westbrook may have played a part in breaking it up. Oladipo to Gibson, and a reach-in foul called on Lou Williams. They have needed his size and strength down low. That's a pretty physical first half. 10 points for Nene. Record for most blocks in a game by a team is 20.
In a playoff game?
Yes, in a playoff game. That was way back in 1981, Philadelphia. Westbrook picked up by Lou Williams. Again, the mid-range jumper. Russell Westbrook with 15 now.
As it does not matter.
Harden drives inside. Nene using that left hand once again. Anderson to Beverly. Patrick Beverly, who struggled the other night. 4 on the shot clock. Layup misses. Capella right there on the follow and lays it up and in. And right again goes to Taj Gibson. Gibson taking advantage but lost the handle. Picked up by Ariza. Trevor Ariza trying to get on track, and that has to feel good. That's his first three-pointer of the series. Here's Victor Oladipo, who struggled the first couple of games, as did Steven Adams. And Steven Adams, who had a big bucket at the end of game 3, gets one here early in game 4. Gibson. Robertson's been shooting well from 3 in the playoffs and knocks down that one. He has been a magician with that. Westbrook to Adams. Adams sees some room. 6 points for Adams in the early going. Got 6 points in less than 6 minutes here today. Backdoor Oladipo. Eric Gordon has come on.
This just in, fellas. He's got a cast.
Robertson the block. Grant inside.
Coach Donovan, they're trapping James Harden, trying to get the ball out of his hands, bringing it up the floor.
Nene answers back. Reason of season, the mark he broke was held by James Harden. Harden shot block. If that's Robertson, that's his 4th block on a number of occasions as Beverly drives. Wild off-balance shot. Oladipo, nice feed, and Grant finishes. Williams floats it up. Boy, he is so talented offensively. And some buckets in game 3. As they force another turnover, that's 7 for Houston. Westbrook.
Jimmy, what's up?
Mike, John Herrick, CTV Sports Radio and Enid. What did you make of the way Nene played today? Looked like he got a lot of good activity in the post. What allowed him to be successful down there?
It was kind of a man's game, and he's a man. I mean, he was unbelievable in all facets, and that's Nene. You know, he's doesn't surprise me, but he was able to gather up a lot of stuff and just dunk it, and he was terrific.
Coach, can you talk about just acquiring him, what you were expecting from him when you arrived and he was there?
Well, you know, when we got him, everybody said if he can stay healthy, he's one of the better centers, maybe the best center in the league. It's true, and he give him credit for working every day and keeping his body right. And our trainers do a great job with him, and we try to spread his minutes out during the year. And we actually did that. What's the day? I don't know. Sunday, Friday. Friday we only played 15 minutes, so he was ready to roll, and he rolled.
Mark Berman from Fox News. And Mike, after the game, James told ABC that he had rolled his ankle in Game 3, didn't have his normal explosion and burst. Can you talk about what he did today in spite of the injury?
You know, it's just how they fought it was incredible. And, you know, it wasn't pretty, but we did put 40 points up in the fourth quarter, but it was all by guts. It was just playing hard and playing playoff basketball. And, you know, we finally got into it the way you got to get into it. And hopefully it'll carry over next game. Still got work to do, but this is a big step.
Calvin Watkins, ESPN. Just your thoughts on how your guys just dealt with everything today. Just Pat got fined early in the day, another slow start, and obviously the physicality of the game. That's how you guys got through everything.
Just like they've done it all year. They step up when it seems like we're, you know, in a little bit of problems, or if we have a bad road trip and you got a back-to-back that's ridiculously hard, and they've stepped up. They know how to push through a lot of stuff, and anytime you have James on the floor with a closer like that, you have a chance. They know that. But then the contribution of Nene, Lou Williams, Eric Gordon coming in off the bench were just huge. And I thought it was a great game. It was just intense and the way it should be played. And we got a couple things went our way at the end.
Jonathan Fagan, Houston Chronicle, going to the intentional fouls when you did, that's something you haven't done almost all year. What are your general feelings about using it, and that made it the exception, a time that you would?
I used to not like it. I kind of like it right now. So it's amazing how it changes. I'd probably vote against it if I asked the coaches. I don't like it. It's not great for basketball, but it's a rule, and we're going to take advantage of it. And we just thought that we were already in the bonus. And, you know, actually, you know, the little side benefit is that James can rest. Everybody can rest. I've been playing these guys a lot, and Nene, and you don't have to run all over to try to get Russell. So we rested on the defensive end. And then we could go score, and it worked out. You know, he missed some foul shots. You know, it's a little scary still because, you know, but that's basketball.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Game 2, similar to Game 4, you guys made a lot of headway when Westbrook went to the bench. Game 3, not so much. What happened tonight, and do you guys get excited? Whoever's on the court, do they sort of feed off the energy of Westbrook leaving the court?
No, I don't think so. Our second group has always been good. It just coincides with him off the court. But our second group, it's not the first time that they've either closed the gap or took a lead. And I think they did in Game 1 too, if I'm not mistaken. So they can't play great all the time, but it's a great group. And with Lou Williams and Eric in there and Pat, and, you know, we have a lot of scoring still. So just, you know, nothing special. It's just they're great.
You mentioned a man's game, very physical, maybe the whole game, definitely first half. Did it take you guys a while? Was it difficult to adjust and sort of play through things better the way you needed to?
Yeah. I mean, I would say yes. I have to look at the film exactly. Again, another slow start, but not slower than the other time. So we're gaining on it. But they're athletic and physical. I mean, it's a great combination for them, and it. You know, we adjusted a little bit, but that's something we'll have to deal with. That's why they're here. That's why they're good. They just keep coming at you, and they've got a lot of guys that are very athletic, long, and you know, makes it tough.
Myron Patton, Fox, Oklahoma City. You won the rebounding battle again. A little bit, I won't say maybe surprised, but they're a very good rebounding team.
No, they are, and that's a huge point of emphasis, and that's just will and a want, and went after them, and we did a great job. And again, going back to Nene was a man in there, but then we're pretty good offensive rebound because Pat comes in and gets his hands on a lot of balls, and just a lot of guys contributed. But sometimes the ball bounces your way too, so it's not something that we can practice or do or think about too much. We just, if you put the right energy and the ball bounces your way, then we got a heck of a chance.
Thank you, Coach.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Williams floats it up. Boy, he is so talented offensively. And some buckets in game 3 as they force another turnover. That's 7 for Houston. Westbrook inside the canter. Russell Westbrook with his 7th assist of the first half.
It's difficult playing real time to officiate.
Thank you, Steve. As Gordon launches a 3 and knocks it down. Eric Gordon, who was the second leading scorer on the team during the regular season. Oh, Capella tried to get it to fall. Westbrook may have played a part in breaking it up. Oladipo to Gibson. And a reaching foul called on Lou Williams. They have needed his size and strength down low. That's a pretty physical first half. 10 points for Nene. Record for most blocks in a game by a team is 20.
In a playoff game?
Yes, in a playoff game. That was way back in 1981, Philadelphia. Westbrook picked up by Lou Williams. Again, the mid-range jumper. Russell Westbrook with 15 now.
As it does not matter.
Harden drives inside. Nene using that left hand once again. Anderson to Beverly. Patrick Beverly, who struggled the other night. 4 on the shot clock. Layup misses. Capella right there on the follow and lays it up and in. And right again goes to Taj Gibson. Gibson taking advantage but lost the handle. Picked up by Ariza. Trevor Ariza trying to get untracked, and that has to feel good. That's his first three-pointer of the series. Here's Victor Oladipo, who struggled the first couple of games, as did Steven Adams. And Steven Adams, who had a big bucket at the end of game 3, gets one here early in game 4. Gibson. Robertson's been shooting well from 3 in the playoffs and knocks down that one. He has been a magician with that. Westbrook to Adams. Adams sees some room. 6 points for Adams in the early going. Got 6 points in less than 6 minutes here today. Backdoor Oladipo. Eric Gordon has come on.
This just in, fellas. He's got a cast.
Robertson the block. Grant inside.
Coach Donovan, they're trapping James Harden, trying to get the ball out of his hands, bringing it up the floor.
Nene answers back. Reason of the season, the mark he broke was held by James Harden. Harden shot block. If that's Robertson, that's his 4th block on a number of occasions. As Beverly drives, wild off-balance shot. Oladipo, nice feed, and Grant finishes. Williams floats it up. Well, he is so talented offensively. And some buckets in game 3. As they force another turnover. That's 7 for Houston. Westbrook inside the canter. Russell Westbrook with his 7th assist of the first half.
It's difficult playing real time to officiate.
Thank you, Steve. As Gordon launches a 3 and knocks it down. Eric Gordon, who was the second leading scorer on the team during the regular season. Oh, Capella tried to get it to fall. Westbrook may have played a part in breaking it up. Oladipo to Gibson. And a reaching foul called on Lou Williams. They have needed his size and strength down low. That's a pretty physical first half. 10 points for Nene. Record for most blocks in a game by a team is 20.
In a playoff game?
Yes, in a playoff game. That was way back in 1981, Philadelphia. Westbrook picked up by Lou Williams. Again, the mid-range jumper. Russell Westbrook with 15 now.
As it does not matter.
Harden drives inside. Nene using that left hand once again. Anderson to Beverly. Patrick Beverly, who struggled the other night. 4 on the shot clock. Layup misses. Capella right there on the follow and lays it up and in. And right again goes to Taj Gibson. Gibson taking advantage but lost the handle. Picked up by Ariza. Trevor Ariza trying to get untracked, and that has to feel good. That's his first three-pointer of the series. Here's Victor Oladipo, who struggled the first couple of games, as did Steven Adams. And Steven Adams, who had a big bucket at the end of Game 3, gets one here early in Game 4. Gibson. Robertson's been shooting well from 3 in the playoffs and knocks down that one. He has been a magician with that. Westbrook to Adams. Adams sees some room. 6 points for Adams in the early going. Got 6 points in less than 6 minutes here today. Backdoor Oladipo. Eric Gordon has come on.
This just in, fellas. He's got a cast.
Robertson the block. Grant inside.
Coach Donovan, they're trapping James Harden, trying to get the ball out of his hands, bringing it up the floor.
Nene answers back. Reason of the season, the mark he broke was held by James Harden. Harden.
I'll open up to you guys.
Hey, Billy, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Andre might have had one of his best defensive games on James, but obviously the intentional fouling. How much of a chess game were you in your own head to figure out, should I leave him in, should I take him out?
Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for Mike on it, but what his intentions were. It may have been, just because of Andre's free throw shooting percentage, but to me, I thought it was a great sign of respect to get Andre off of Harden, to be honest with you. And Mike may not feel that way, so I don't want to speak for them. But, I think in them doing that, Andre's done a great job all series long. I thought it was important as a coach as I show confidence in him. He did make a couple of them. There wasn't a huge disparity, I don't think, in when they did that. Probably broke the momentum of the game a little bit with what was going on. But, Andre's obviously, the job that he's done has been remarkable the whole entire series. And this is a great opportunity for him, I think, to learn and grow through some of that.
Eric Horney, Oklahoma. Billy, you've talked at times this year about putting the ball in Victor's hands in the second unit. Wanted to know what was the reason for not using him more as the second unit point guard throughout this series, and particularly tonight?
The second unit point guard?
Yeah, Victor.
Just because we've used Samaj and Norris, really. Those guys have been our backup point guard. That's kind of what we've done most of the year. So just kind of went with that.
I asked that question because of the fall off when Russell comes off the floor and the ball's not in Russell's hands. I mean, do you think you could get more out of that second unit when Russell's not out there if you have Victor handling the ball more?
I mean, you may, but you also may get into a situation with Victor with the ball where we're getting the ball to him a little bit later and trying to get him to create, where he's off the ball a little bit. I thought Victor played, 2 very, very good games here, back to back. No question, I thought our second unit played extremely well in Game 3, and we probably didn't play particularly well tonight as a group.
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Billy, similar to that question, Westbrook goes out for the second time in 3 games, and things just fall apart twice. Your first team outplaying Houston, but then they're giving away leads when Russell goes out. Is that a sign just they've got more quality depth than you? What can you do to overcome what's obviously becoming a trend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really quite sure how to answer that. I think there's been some moments our second unit's done a really, really good job. I thought our second unit played really, really well in Game 3. This was a game where, to your point, listen, I don't think that maybe that there's any difference. The whole year when Russell Westbrook's off the floor is a differential on our team. And for most teams, when you take a player of his caliber off the floor, there's going to be a differential. So there's no question that when Russell's out there, we're going to end up being a lot better. But, to say that there's not going to be a differential, I don't know. I thought, to your point, though, that the second unit could have played better. They played much better, last game. I thought we had some opportunities for that second unit to kind of step up and make some plays. The ball didn't go in the basket. The one thing about Houston is that they've got obviously a very, very explosive offensive scoring team. Whether it be their first or second unit doesn't make a difference. And sometimes for us, that group I thought played well, but I didn't think we made necessarily particularly shots in that situation.
Billy, Brett Dawson with Oklahoma. Just in the last minute and a half or so from some of the shots you guys got, the foul on Nene, would you rather have done one thing or the other there in terms of letting him score, or fouling him harder. What did you think about your decision making down the stretch?
You know, I thought a couple times, Russell, we needed to help him in terms of like the way the floor was spaced. We needed someone dive into the basket hard, the floor to be open. They were sending 2 players to him. I thought Andre made a really, really good play when Russell threw it back to him and he drove it and he kind of got it to Steven. I couldn't tell exactly where Steven was at. I know the ball kind of came back out to Russell, but we needed to have some presence at the basket, especially with them sending 2 to Russell, you know, towards the end of the game. I think the other part of that was I thought we made some good decisions in terms of when we made the 3 and cut it to 1, we had an opportunity or gave ourselves an opportunity to get maybe a quick trap or a steal. But once the ball crossed half court, we needed to foul. And I think probably at that last play, Jeremy should have, and I want to go back and look at the tape, so I don't want to pass judgment on this, but if he could have maybe wrapped him up and prevented him from even getting the shot up, that would have certainly been helpful, would have forced him to make 2 free throws. I don't think what you want to do in that situation is give an N1. You're better off just even letting him go in if you don't feel like you can wrap him up, and still a 3-point game and we can call timeout. So once they got it to 4, it kind of made it a 2-possession game.
Fred Gatz, Norman transcript. Billy, with about a half a minute left, Russell put up those back-to-back threes, looking like he was trying to draw a foul there. What was your guys' objective on those possessions, and were you okay with those shots?
Well, I mean, I think in both of those situations, you know, somebody diving to the basket or creating a post presence at the basket, because I think any time, you know, when there's 2 sent to him, generally when the floor is open, the lane's open to dive, so dive into the basket and creating a presence at the rim is important. I think the other part of it is like, listen, this has been a huge part of the series, and I'm not taking anything away because I think the officials are in a very, very difficult spot. But when you're getting 12 free throws per game on being fouled at the 3-point line, I have no problem with Russell trying the same thing, because Lou Williams gets it and Harden gets it all the time. And I'm not saying that's why, but you know, if you go back to game 1 to game 2 to 3 to 4, and you look at the amount of free throws they're taking on fouled 3-point shots in relationship to when we've done it, I have no problem with Russell doing that. And there may have listen, I'll go back and watch the film to determine whether or not I feel like he was fouled or not. You know, when it's at the other end of the floor in the second half, it's very, very difficult. But Lou Williams is foul 3 and Harden's foul 3 late in the game. I mean, those are huge free throws. You know, those are huge free throws. And I think I'm not like being critical of the officials here at all, because I think they're put into a difficult situation. All I'm saying is I don't blame Russell when he feels a hand in on him to try to do the same thing.
One more for Coach. All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Regular season. Oh, Capella trying to get it to fall. Westbrook may have played a part in breaking it up. Oladipo to Gibson. And a reaching foul called on Lou Williams. They have needed his size and strength down low. That's a pretty physical first half. 10 points for Nene. Record for most blocks in a game by a team is 20.
In a playoff game?
Yes, in a playoff game. That was way back in 1981, Philadelphia. Westbrook picked up by Lou Williams. Again, the mid-range jumper. Russell Westbrook with 15 now.
It does not matter.
Harden drives inside. Nene using that left hand once again. Ball deflected, stolen by Oladipo. Drives, layup is good. And very quickly, it's an 8-point game. The Thunder turned it over. Alley-oop to Capella. Boy, that was perfectly timed on a gorgeous feed from Harden. Beverly pokes it away. Westbrook fires, bank shot, misses. Gibson the offensive rebound. Eric Gordon to Ariza. Boy, great recovery and a steal by Gibson. Here comes Westbrook. Back throws. Adams with the slam and a foul. Again, only down 6 with Harden having an off shooting game. Just 2 of 10 from the field. Nene inside with the left hand. 10 straight points now.
Knocks it home.
McDermott blocked by Gordon. And still OKC ball. What a terrific play from Eric Gordon. Gibson on Harden. Showing his defensive versatility. Ariza catch and shoot. That's good. Trevor Ariza from downtown. Grant the drive and finish.
Steven, second time in 3 games, you guys really struggled when Russell went to the bench. You were out there for part of that. What goes on when he goes to the bench? Why is Houston so successful? And do you sense that they sort of get an energy boost just from him going out of the game?
Hold on, Steven. I don't want nobody to try to split us up. We all one team. Regardless if I go to the bench, if Steven's on the floor, if I'm off the floor, we in this together. Don't split us up. Don't try to split us up. Don't try to make us go against each other. Try to make it against Russell and the rest of the guys. Russell against Houston. I don't want to hear that. We in this together. We playing as a team, and that's all that matters. That's it.
Yeah, Russell, I'm not trying to split you up, but twice in 3 games, you guys have not played well at all when you've gone to the bench.
That's fine.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Say Russell, you ain't played well at all. Say Russell and the team haven't played well. Don't say when Russell goes out, the team don't play well. It don't matter. We in this together.
That may be, Russell, but I asked Steven a question, and it's a legitimate.
Me and you. Next question.
It's a legitimate question.
Next question. Next question.
Well,
next question.
No, I think we're going to keep the microphone. I had a question for Steven, and it wasn't answered. And I don't understand if Steven wants to say he still hadn't said anything. If he wants to say I don't want to answer that, fine. But
next question, please.
John Herrick, CTV Sports Radio, and Enid. Questions for either one of you. What do you guys think went wrong, particularly in the fourth quarter? I know you guys had a lead going into the fourth, but it just seemed like 40 points given up in the fourth quarter. What was it about the fourth quarter there?
We made some mental mistakes, but I thought we played a good game overall. Obviously, didn't close the way we wanted to, but we put ourselves in position to win the basketball game. They made a run, and some guys made some big shots for them down the stretch, and just some mental mistakes we can fix.
Russell, the three-pointers around the 30-second mark or so, were you hoping to get fouled on those, and did you think you got fouled on?
No, I should have. After the first one, I was trying to get a 2 for 1 and create a situation where if they do make a free throw, we still have an opportunity to be down 2 or 3. And then after the offensive rebound, the shot clock was off, so I was just trying to get a bucket, a quick one, to save as much time as possible.
Is it me? Royce Young, ESPN.com. Steven, on that free throw that you took, it looked like you turned around to Russ, and did you tell him you were going to miss that intentionally? And were you telling him to get ready for it?
Yeah, just the way it went. Yeah, just try to put us in a position. He made a big shot after that. But yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And Russ, from your perspective of it, Steven tells you that, and are you just basically just waiting for the ball to find you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just listening to him. He told me just to be ready, try to come get it, and I try to run in, and he happened to get it right back and create a situation where we had opportunity to be able to, foul and try to win the game.
Steven, you had a great statistical game, but Nene had a big game too. What was he doing that you guys kept him from doing on Friday night?
Well, they're finding the pocket pass earlier. I should have been more aggressive on some of them. They just slipped through my hands, a couple of the passes. But from there, it was just the offensive boards. He was getting us on that, and so need to kind of box him out even more, But other than that, yeah.
McDermott blocked by Gordon, and still OKC ball. What a terrific play from Eric Gordon. Gibson on Harden, showing his defensive versatility. Ariza catch and shoot. That's good. Trevor Ariza from downtown. Grant the drive and finish. Grant with a lefty slam.
That's what I'm talking about, being confident.
Westbrook drives, nice feed inside, and Grant finishes again.
James, what do you think about your guys you're being able to get this game done without you having the kind of game that you normally have?
I mean, that's what a team is for, you know. It's not just one guy. You know, I believe and trust in these guys all year long, and we said every game that it's not going to just be one or two guys that win us games. You know, different nights it's going to be different guys step up, and you know that was the case tonight. Obviously, big fella right here. He works extremely hard. You know, he's my mentor. Believe it or not, I watch him every single day. He puts the work in. He's a true vet. He's in the weight room. He's doing all the proper things to get his body and his mind right to go out there and compete at a high level every single night. And tonight was, you know, it paid off. It was one of the reasons for it. So, you know, Eric and Lou played well. You know, Trevor played well. Guys play well. It's the playoffs.
James, just like Game 2 in Houston, you guys took two big surges. Both times Russell went to the bench. What happens when he goes to the bench? Why are you guys don't just play well? You seem energized when he goes to the bench.
I mean, I don't know. You know, I think we try to just stay in attack mode and be aggressive. You know, on both ends of the floor. You know, our second unit has been doing a really good job. You know, all year long. Nene, Eric, Lou, Trevor was in that second unit as well. It's an opportunity for them to you know, change the game, you know, and that's their mindset going into the game, and they've been doing a great job of it.
Nene, could you kind of take me through the wild, frantic finish that led to you getting the and one down at the end? How crazy did it get out there when they closed it?
Well, when you have folks on the game, you know, all those plays happen so fast. And of course, we have a lead on the points, and I start celebrating. But that's the way you spend your energy, you know, pass positive energy to your teammates. That's what happened.
James, how hard was it just to push off today after you rolled your ankle the previous game? How hard was it just physically for you?
It was pretty tough, but you know, like I said, we don't make excuses. You know, we just try to go out there and get the job done. And, you know, just, like I said, you just build trust in your teammates all year long. So, you know, when there's moments like this, you got to step up. And they did tonight, you know. So we have another opportunity in a few days to go out there and win on our home court. And we're going to have to, you know, get off to a really good start.
Nene, what did it mean to have a game like this with so much on the line, and you tied an NBA playoff record for most makes without a miss, to have this kind of game tonight?
Well, I focus to take the best decision, to have my teammates, and you got to be ready. You got to be ready because, you know, when you play with a talented player like this young fellow right here, you got to be in a position to receive the ball and to execute when he passed, when a coach asked him to do something, you know, and thank God I was there, you know, and my mentality is do my best, you know, to make my teammates better and take the best decision possible.
And when the game is obviously getting physical very early, do you kind of lick your chops at that and say, this is my day?
Well, yeah. This series is a lot of physicality, but it's a healthy physicality. There's no dirty plays right there, so we stick with. But we understand the last game we missed a lot of on defense scenario, and this game here we communicate, we play more physical, and we made shot, and we take advantage of exploring their weakness, and that's why we won.
We got one more? Last one.
Maybe just from each of you, James, first, just the idea that you're going home 3-1 with a chance to close it out in what's been a tough series so far.
Extremely important for us to, get off to a really good start. It's not going to be easy. It's probably the toughest game of the series. So we got to be ready from the go, and just basically carry over the energy and the focus level that we had to finish this game off into Game 5. And they're going to give us their best shot. So we got to be prepared to execute for 4 quarters and finish the game off the right way. Thanks.
Boy, terrific play from Eric Gordon. Gibson on Harden. Showing his defensive versatility. Ariza catch and shoot. That's good. Trevor Ariza from downtown. Grant the drive and finish. Grant with a lefty slam.
That's what I'm talking about, being confident.
Westbrook drives. Nice feed inside, and Grant finishes again. Westbrook drives. Nice feed inside, and Grant finishes again. Short. Adams had it knocked out of his hands. Nice play by Eric Gordon. Nene running the floor and throws it down. Poor transition defense from OKC. Harden just 8 points here today. Drives on Robertson. Gets inside. Layup is good.
You're going to make free throws. That's why I'm taking you out.
Harden for 3.